Hey folks, welcome again to one of the most enthralling sessions of Science Scamper for classes 6 to 8 by Educative, and I am your super science teacher Ambika. At Educative, we always empower all our students as how to think and not what to think. So if you want to experience the same, it's the right time to subscribe to the Educative's YouTube channel. The subscription button is just given below, guys. If you like our video, don't forget to press the like button and ensure to hit the bell icon to get all the latest updates from Educative. Now, without any further delay, let's commence today's session, and the topic for the day is stars and the solar system. Yes, something about the sky, isn't it? So the topics which we are going to discuss today are celestial objects and astronomy, the moon, the sun, the stars, constellations, the solar system, some other members of the solar system as well. So celestial objects and astronomy, the stars, the planets, the moon, and many other objects in the sky. So objects in the sky are known as celestial objects. Astronomy is the study of these celestial objects, is astronomy. Now the moon. Now it's only Earth's proper natural satellite. Moon is the only Earth's natural proper satellite. Phases of the moon, the various shapes of the bright part of the moon are known as phases of the moon. Then almost on all festivals of India are celebrated according to the phases of the moon. For example, it is seen when it is full moon, it is new moon. So according to that, even in all religions, festivals are celebrated according to the phases of the moon. We see the moon because the sunlight falling on it is reflected by the moon, and therefore we see only a part of the moon always. We can never see the full part. The moon completes one rotation on its axis as it completes one revolution around the earth, and that is in 27 days. Now the moon's surface. Now moon's surface is very dusty and barren, very rough. There are many craters of different sizes. There are many holes, and many things. It also has a large number of steep and high mountains. It's very uneven, in short. Some of these are as high as the highest mountains on the earth. The moon has no atmosphere. It has no water. The size of the illuminated part of the moon visible from the earth varies, depending that how much part is getting the light of the sun, and it's known by the different names as well. Now the stars. The stars are millions of times farther from away, and therefore the stars appear to us like point objects. क्योंकि वो हमसे बहुत 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 ज़्यादा दूर हैं, इसलिए वो हमें बहुत छोटे एकदम point objects जैसे दिखाई देते हैं. But otherwise they are extremely large. They are even larger than our Earth. Stars are present in the sky during the daytime also. However, they are not visible because of the light of the sun. Now they appear to move from east to west. The pole star, which is situated in the direction of the Earth's axis, it does not appear to move, and with the help of the pole star we can find out the direction. Now action-packed info. The sun is nearly 150 million kilometers away from the Earth. The next nearest star is Proxima Centauri. It is at a distance of about, read it out, kilometer from the Earth. Such large distances are expressed in another unit known as light year. It is a distance traveled light in 1 year. Remember that the speed of light is about 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Thus, the distance of the sun from the Earth is about 8 light minutes. The distance of Alpha Centauri is about 4.3 light years. Alright? Now constellations. Now there are some stars which form a group, and their group depicts a particular shape. The group of stars is known as constellation, and they have a very different shape. Now for example, Ursa Major is having a shape of a bear, then Orion is having a shape of a hunter, then Cassiopeia is having a shape of a female lady, and Leo is having a shape of a lion. Now Ursa Major, also known as Great Bear, also known as Saptarishi, and even Big Dipper. It can be seen during summertime in the early part of the night. 7 prominent stars are in the constellation. It appears like a big ladle or a question mark. There are 3 stars in the handle of the ladle and 4 in the bowl. Then Orion or Hunter can be seen in winter, in the late winter nights or evenings. It also has 7 or 8 stars. The 3 middle stars represent the belt of the hunter. The 4 bright stars represents the in the corner of the quadrilateral. Then Cassiopeia, visible during winter in the early part of the night, it looks like a distorted letter W or inverted M, whichever way. Then action-packed info again. The star Sirius, which is the brightest star in the sky, is located close to Orion. To locate Sirius, imagine a straight line passing through the three stars which are on the belt of the, you can say, of the hunter. Through that, a straight line always ends at the Sirius, so one can locate Sirius, a star in the sky. The solar system. Now, the sun and all the remaining celestial objects which revolve around the sun forms the solar system. It consists of a large number of bodies such as planets, comets, asteroids, meteors. The gravitational attraction between the sun and these objects keeps them revolving around it. The earth, as you know, also revolves around the sun. It is a member of the solar system. It is a planet. There are 7 other planets that revolve around the sun. The 8 planets in the order of distance from the sun are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Now, we are going to discuss one by one. The first is the sun. The sun is the nearest star from the earth, from us. It is continuously emitting huge amounts of heat and light. The sun is the source of almost all energy on the planet Earth. In fact, the sun is the main source of heat and light for all the planets. Now, if we talk about the planets, planets look like stars, but they do not have their own light. They always reflect the light of the sun. Other than that, planets keep changing their positions with respect to stars. Planets revolve in a definite path around the sun and they are holded by the gravitational force of the sun. ऐसा नहीं होता कि वो सन में आके गिर जाएं, वो सन के चारों तरफ घूमते रहते हैं because जो सन का gravitational force होता है वो उन्हें एक particular path या एक orbit में घुमाता रहता है. Besides revolving around the sun, a planet also rotates on its axis like a top. The time taken by a planet to complete one rotation is called its period of rotation. Now, we are going to discuss the planets in detail. The first is Mercury or Budh. In Hindi, we call it Budh. Is nearest to the sun and it is the smallest planet. Because Mercury is very close to the sun, it is very difficult to observe it, as most of the time it is hidden in the light of the sun. Then Venus is also known as Shukra, is the Earth's nearest neighbor. It is the brightest planet in the night sky. It appears to be very beautiful. Venus appears in the eastern sky before sunrise and in the western sky just after sunset. Therefore, it is often called a morning or an evening star. It has no moon or satellite of its own. The Earth, which is also known as Prithvi, the only planet in the solar system on which life exists because it is at the right distance from the sun, it has atmosphere, it has liquid water and it has oxygen. Then Mars or Mangal appears slightly reddish and therefore it is also known as red planet. Then you have Jupiter or Brihaspati. It is the largest planet of the solar system. It is so large that it is about 1300 Earths can be placed inside Jupiter. It has a large number of satellites. It also has rings around it and appears quite bright in the sky. Then you have Saturn or Shani. Beyond Jupiter is Saturn. It appears yellowish in color and what makes it unique is in the solar system is its beautiful rings. Saturn के चारों तरफ बहुत ही beautiful rings हैं, which makes it different, which makes it visible from others. Then Uranus and Neptune, these are the outermost planets of the solar system. Now planets are of two types, inner planets, that is the first 4 planets, and outer planets, that is the last 4 planets. Now action-packed info guys, Mangalyaan. Indian Space Research Organization ISRO launched India's first Mars orbiter mission, Mangalyaan, on November 5, 2013. It was successfully placed into an orbit of Mars on September 24, 2014. With this, India became the first country in the world to do so in first attempt. Some other members of the solar system that we are going to discuss today are asteroids. There is a large gap in between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. This gap is occupied by a large number of small objects that revolve around the sun. Okay. Then comets. Comets appear as a bright head with a long tail, as you can see in the picture. The length of the tail grows as it approaches the sun because the gases start melting. Okay, now comet, Halley's comet is something which appears after every 76 years. It was last seen in 1986. So you can calculate from 1986, after 76 years, it will be visible again. Now, meteors or shooting stars, a small object that occasionally enters the Earth's atmosphere, and it enters with a very high speed, and due to the friction of the atmosphere, it glows and evaporates quickly. Then meteorites, some meteors are large and so they can reach the Earth's surface, and if they are reaching the Earth's surface, they are known as meteorite. Then artificial satellites are man-made satellites. They are launched from the Earth due to different reasons, like for weather forecast, for updating many other things. Aryabhat was the first Indian satellite. Some other Indian satellites are INSET, IRS, Kalpana 1, EduSat for weather forecasting, transmitting television signals, mobile signals, for all these things. So with this, we have come to the end of this session, and I hope that you all have subscribed to the EduCatUps channel. If you haven't done so, do it right now. If you have any doubts, questions, queries, you can put them in the comment box below, and your super science teacher Ambika will definitely get back to you. For today, it's time for me to sign out, but till the time we meet again, be happy, be safe, and keep enriching yourself with EduCatUp. Bye-bye, children.